Forza Horizon 6 runs on the Steam Deck, a locked 30 in free roam on a 13-watt power budget with about an hour and a half of battery. These are the exact settings, and by the end you'll know why they work, not just what they are. First, the honest numbers, no cherry picking. Free roam driving, a stable 28 to 30, day, night, dusk, doesn't matter. The built-in benchmark, which is a stress test, calls it 23. And the true worst case, a full 12-car street race in the rain, sits in the low 20s and stays playable. That's the whole picture. Nothing hidden. Here's the part most settings videos miss. Look at the benchmark breakdown. The GPU could do 52 frames a second. The CPU caps out at 28. Forza Horizon 6 on the deck is CPU bound. The processor is the wall, not the graphics chip, which means anything that costs CPU gets cut to the bone, and some GPU side quality is basically free. That's the trick this whole config is built on. In the graphics menu, start from the low preset. It's also what the game suggests. Then make these changes. Render resolution, native 1280 by 720. TAA on. VSync on. Full screen on. Now the offs, these are your frame time killers. Ray-traced reflections off. Ray-traced global illumination off. Screen space GI off. Night shadows off. And deformable terrain off. That one's hitting the CPU, and you know how that story ends. Everything else stays low. Car detail, environment textures and geometry, reflections, shadows, particles, fog, lens effects. One exception. Shader quality medium. Remember the benchmark. The GPU has headroom to spare, so this upgrade is nearly free, and it's the single biggest visual win on this list. Now the Steam Deck side, quick access menu, performance panel. Refresh 60. Frame limiter disabled. VSync in the game handles pacing. Allow tearing disabled. Half-rate shading disabled. The two that matter, TDP limit 13 watts, the sweet spot between performance and that hour and a half of battery. And manual GPU clock, pinned at 1300 MHz. Here's why you pin it. At a low power limit, a floating clock bounces around and your frame pacing bounces with it. Lock the clock and the frame times settle. Scaling auto. Filter sharp. Sharpness 5. Keeps the image crisp on the deck screen. So what does all of that buy you? A racing game that looks like this on a handheld, holding 30 in the open world, and when 12 cars launch into a wet city circuit, it bends to the low 20s but never breaks. Benchmark validated, race tested. The full list is on screen right now. Screenshot it and go drive. If this saved you an evening of trial and error, a like helps more people find it. And there's more Forza and no Hezi on the channel every week. See you on the road.